Today, I'm going to walk through with you what you should do on day one of your data breach or cybersecurity event. So we're going to walk through an outline of questions that you should try to answer with the limited information available. So the very first question, who hacked you? You may not know for a long time exactly who, but what indications are available to indicate whether it was an internal breach, such as from a disgruntled employee, or was it an external breach from outside the company? Next, what was breached? Sensitive information like social security numbers, trade secrets, personal health information, or is it data that you're not quite sure why someone would want to access that data, which, by the way, we are actually seeing happening in a lot of breaches today. Then you want to go to when did the breach occur? But there are 4 points that you want to try to sketch out. And you may not know the answers to all of these points for quite some time, but whatever you can put together really does help. So the first point is to identify when your system was first compromised. The next is, when did the active breach happen? In other words, when was it that the information was first viewed or exfiltrated from the system outside your company? Then, when was it that your technology controls identified that the breach was happening? And finally, when was it that an individual identified that a breach was happening? So after that initial set of questions, we're going to dig a little bit deeper and go back to another who question. So who in your organization needs to know that the breach occurred? Which one of your vendors, or do any of your vendors, need to be told that a data breach occurred? Do you need to contact law enforcement? And an indication whether you will need to inform users, employees, consumers that their information was breached. The next question is, what can you do about the breach today? So in the case of an ongoing breach, in some cases, even if you could stop the breach, you should not stop the breach because it could destroy the trail of evidence and you may never know what information was breached and who was behind it. And then you go back to another when question. When should you engage? When did you engage cybersecurity counsel, forensics, help? When should you notify your insurance companies? When should you notify law enforcement? And when should you notify anyone impacted by the breach? So on day one, you have limited information, but anything you can do to sketch out these answers will be very useful in helping you to organize your response to the breach in an efficient manner.